So I was feeling very called this week as a deepening of the message of the theme for this week being breaking free, that it was very important and time for us to talk about card 19, owning your power, as I guess you could look at it as kind of a clarifier for our theme this week. So in the guidebook for card number 19, owning your power, Raven. So we have Raven as our breaking free theme of the week, and then we also have Raven showing up in our clarifier of owning your power. In the guidebook, Sandra shares with us that the time has come to stand fully in your power as the being of light that you are. The days of allowing ourselves to be distracted from our truth are ending. Giving energy to anything that is not our truth feeds our addictions to disappointment and drama, and we not only disconnect ourselves from source energy, but we diminish the collective unifying force of one. So part of this breaking free is an owning of our power and a choice, and a real owning of that choice to stop avoiding and to stop living in a fear-based way of being that's perpetuating the experiences for ourselves that we no longer wish to have. So there's a real strength that's coming in with breaking free that includes owning our own power. It's allowing ourselves to really see how we're taking part in creating our own experiences, those that we don't want to continue experiencing, as well as the parts of our life that we love and that we cherish. So this card was coming forward as a clarifier this week with a twofold message. The first being that it's time to own our power in regards to breaking free, to step into our strength, to trust our internal guidance, the inner voice we hear within, and to trust, I would say, your spirit tribe as well. And this comes to the second part of this card showing up, because this card very clearly for me lately has been really encouraging me to take ownership of my intuitive messages for myself that I'm receiving, and also from my spirit tribe, from connection to source. So with owning your power, we are really being called to connect with our guides, connect with source, connect with our highest self, if you want to term that in that phrase. And only we are capable of doing that. So we can kind of, in the spiritual community, get really stuck on having a guru or someone who is that connection to source for us. Joseph Campbell will talk about the Brahmins and how they were the ones who interpreted and gave the offerings, the messages to the gods. And so the people would look to the Brahmins until they started to understand that they held within them their own Brahmin, and that they no longer needed to look to someone else to give them that language for conversation and connection to the divine. And so owning your power is really talking about stepping out of this cycle of depending on someone else to tell you how to do things, especially in regards to your spiritual path, and checking in with source, checking in with intuition, and checking in with our guides to be able to determine what point of action it's time for us to take, or where we are on our journey, where we are within the wheel. And only we can answer that for ourselves. No one else can hold that space and give us those keys to the kingdom. Only we are capable of doing that for ourselves. So you're being encouraged this week to connect with your guides, to connect with your intuition. And this can feel really scary for people, and we can find in this, within the spiritual community, that we really aren't stepping into that ourselves, but we're looking to others to channel that perspective and those voices for us. So owning your power in regards to my work and to this workshop, which I am facilitating, is really encouraging you to get to know your guides, to get to know source, to spend time with Raven, to understand the messages that are coming through for you. And a lot of people ask, how do I do that? And then they don't trust themselves enough to go any farther on the path with this work. And so this week, part of breaking free is stepping fearlessly onto that path. And so the most powerful way you can connect with your guides, the most powerful way you can connect with your angels, if that's what you like to call them, the most powerful way you can connect to Source is by having a conversation with that energy, by getting to know that energy, by getting to know the language and the symbolism with which you are able to interpret the messages that are coming through for you. So the most powerful way that I've found personally to do that is to meet my guides in the ether realms through a meditation, through sitting in sacred space and just asking to meet with them and to talk with them. The most powerful lessons that I have experienced, the most powerful, the deepest understandings that I've experienced have been when I am in that sacred space. And that power is something that can't be replicated by another person. So it's very important, as part of owning your own power and breaking free, to really cultivate a very personal, powerful connection with your tribe, with your guides, with your angels, with higher self, with Source, with your intuition. And the only way you can do this is by getting to know these energies, by getting to know yourself, by spending this time in sacred space. And it is not, there isn't really a map for each person, because it is so individual. We've got to be fearless enough to step out there and explore that ourselves. And you can start with, in this workshop, if this is something you want to do but you're afraid to step into, just stepping into this card and letting Raven speak to you. That's as simple as it is. And that journey is going to be so powerful, so impactful, because it is a self-guided journey. It's not something that someone else is instructing you how to do. And the messages that come through will truly be the messages from your guides. So for a lot of people, fear comes up with this and they say, well, how do I know that it's my tribe and it's not something negative or a dark energy trying to connect with me? Any time you connect with your spirit tribe, as I call them, it's going to feel loving. They might provoke you in a way to look at something a different way, to challenge a belief or an idea, but it's always going to feel at its core loving. You're going to feel nurtured and cared for when you leave that space. Even if you've been doing difficult work, or there's been an undoing of a belief or an idea or something you've taken on that you're ready to let go of, it's always going to feel that your soul has been nurtured and fed and loved. Anything that feels fear-based, anything that's negative in the way the messages are coming through, or anything that's talking you down, that's stepping into a fear way of being, is not your spirit tribe. And so that's something that you have the power to say, I will not connect with this energy anymore, and not do that, and then reconnect with, realign with your tribe. So it's really quite simple, isn't it? It's about your journey, and it's about you valuing your journey enough to connect powerfully with your tribe. And so owning your power is coming forward this week as this beautiful kind of like a river flowing into the sea of the message for us, our main theme of breaking free this week. It's really about owning your power, owning what you are creating, and then stepping into, or deepening if you've already stepped into it, a very powerful, growing connection and relationship with your tribe. And you're ready to do it. You can do it. So allow yourself to explore that in your meditations this week. Allow yourself to explore that in the times when you step into sacred space this week. Allow yourself to be open enough as you go about your day to hear the messages coming from your tribe. Often you'll find that they speak in symbols for you as well throughout your day. So be open to seeing them and to understanding that they are symbols for you, and exploring what those symbols mean. I am sending you, as always, much love and many blessings. I'll see you in the next video this week, guys. Bye.